Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about misconceptions about the zodiac sign Pisces. Well, many of you may know that Pisces is a sign that's associated with a very strong sensitivity, but they're very compassionate. However, they could be very impressionable. They can be led strongly by others. It's very important for Pisces. I believe perhaps compared to as far as any other zodiac sign, it's imperative for them to be in the right group of people that doesn't lead them astray and has their best interests at heart. I think one of the main misconception about this sign is that the emotional side is that they could be very exceptionally dominated by the emotions. Now, the emotional, Pisces can arguably be the most emotional sign of the zodiac. Don't get me wrong. Along with Cancer, I think it's kind of see that as a two-way tie between the two signs. But however, now for somebody, I'm talking about, of course, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant when I'm talking about Pisces. But let's take a Sun in Pisces, for example. Now, you figure like 2 out of 3 people that are Sun in Pisces are going to have their Mercury, which rules thinking, communication, are going to have it either in Aquarius or Aries. So, despite Pisces being very emotional, if they have their Mercury in Aquarius or Aries, they're likely their thoughts or logical thinking won't really the emotions won't conflict with logical thinking in many instances, and these Pisces are capable of very stronger rational thinking, and they won't let the emotions obscure the judgment. Now, if somebody has Mercury in Pisces and the Sun in Pisces, well, that could be a little bit different, and then you could see the emotions could interfere with logical thinking maybe a little bit more. But I think what people have to remember is that not to judge any one particular point in a person's chart and just isolate it, because, as you know, I've stated this in many of my videos, don't isolate one particular point of a person's chart, because let's say somebody has the Sun in Pisces. Now, they're very likely to have a different ascendant and moon sign, and even as far as the ascendant goes, even more so than the other signs, because Pisces is the sign, it has the shortest ascension in far as the zodiac signs. It only rises for like a little over an hour. So you figure you got 24 hours in a day, and if it rises for a little over an hour, that might be somewhere near 1 out of every 20 people would actually have Pisces rising. So they're very likely going to have a different ascendant. And it's also important to look at the chart as a whole with Pisces and other signs, because if somebody even has, let's say, I'm going to take Nolan Ryan, legendary baseball pitcher, who has a Pisces ascendant. However, he has his Sun sign in Aquarius, an air sign, and Moon is in Gemini, an air sign, and now he has Mercury in Capricorn, which is very disciplined in thinking. There was one incident he talked about where he walked off the pitcher's mound after I don't know if he got the batter out somehow. I don't know if he struck him out or it was a fly out or whatever happened, and some fan threw beer in his face on his way into the dugout, and he just kept a very straight face, very placid, very calm, and he just kept right on going. So the thing about it is he didn't react very emotionally, which is the emotional side is very synonymous with the sign Pisces. But the whole chart really has to be put into perspective, and you got to remember too that Pisces is being an water sign. It's introverted, and it can be very shy, timid, and submissive. But you're going to have some Pisces, let's say even Pisces rising, for example, that are going to be more extroverted and gregarious than other Pisces, because let's say you have that particular Pisces rising person, for example, that would have majority of their planets above the horizon in their natal chart, which would be houses 7 through 12, and or that same Pisces rising could have a majority or strong preponderance of planets in masculine signs. So if you have those instances, you're going to have a Pisces personality that's going to be more outgoing. Now, I had a friend some time ago, not friends anymore, but he had his moon in Pisces, but he had his sun in Cancer, and he had a Scorpio rising. So obviously those three are main, I consider them the three real main proponents in one's natal chart. And this could give him a strong acute sensitivity. However, having Scorpio rising, he had the ability to have his exterior be very controlled, be very demeanor on exterior showing very calmness, and Scorpio can somewhat suppress and hide their emotions. And he's obviously, you look at, if you took the moon in Pisces by itself, you might say, well, this person's might be somewhat vacillating, very changeable, and Pisces moon could be known to have strong mood swings. But when you have some fixity in his chart like this person did, I believe he also had Venus in Leo, and he had Saturn in Taurus, and you have a lot of fixed energy, that's going to help make some modification to the changeability and the vacillation that a lot of people will connect with this sign. And also, I think Pisces, whether it's Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, that's in that third decan, which is between 20 degrees of Pisces and then 29 degrees and 59 minutes of arc, are probably, at least in my opinion, are a little bit more strong-willed than the average Pisces, because that's the Scorpio decan, and you're going to have a little bit of that Scorpio energy, that nuance that's going to be blended in that emotional intensity and fixity of purpose, the resourcefulness and resiliency that is associated with that sign will blend in. So it's just about really not isolating things with any particular sign, in which includes the sign of Pisces, and look at it as a whole. And it doesn't take away the fact that Pisces is a mutable sign. It is changeable, it can be fickle, it can be vacillating, but there's also other elements in a chart that can strongly modify this. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Misconceptions about Pisces, and stay tuned next time, where I'll be continuing my series, and I'll be talking about having the majority of your planets in the fourth quadrant in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because a person, astrologically, is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.